So this is interesting, Rhea, because I'm not going to keep you too much longer. Okay. This is just a teaser. This is what's interesting is Denzel Washington and Spike Lee getting back together.
I've
and then
seen clips of this.
It's also A24, which is also interesting.
Yeah.
I recently found Malcolm X on Laserdisc that I want to revisit.
Ooh.
It's a really actually look at this. This is why I like
that's wild.
Vinyl records I got for $6, but that's just really bold Laserdisc cover. It's like an album, it's like a vinyl record, but I just love that. And I want to revisit this movie. And I love Denzel Washington more than I like Spike Lee, but I want to revisit Spike Lee movies though. I do. I don't know how many you've seen either, but I do want to revisit it, and I'm interested for this collaboration again, especially since Denzel said he's not sure how much more he might retire. He says,
I know. I'm just like, what you said you were going to retire like 2-3 movies ago.
I know. All right, well, let's see what this is about. It's just a teaser, A24, and we already did an A24 trailer reaction earlier, and I'm like, wow, they're doing some amazing stuff over there besides just horror. So let's see what this is.
There's
here's the vibe already.
Than just making money.
Oh wait, is this Apple too?
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
Apple Original Films. So you will be able to see this on Apple Plus, but I think when they do Apple Original Films, it's going to debut in theaters first, I think, but you'll eventually get to see it on Apple Plus. But I get the vibes already right away.
Oh yeah, set in New York.
To life than
Brooklyn
just
Bridge.
making money.
No Better Blues.
It's
Malcolm X.
That's what you stand for.
He got
what you actually
game.
believe.
Hey, man.
Do you believe in
Man.
yourself?
Revenge.
Do you believe you'll be successful?
Ooh, look at that. A new
And
joint.
the hard times will come from the good
I love this
times.
song, the
hard
James
times will come
Brown,
from
Yeah.
success. The hard times will
Payback.
come from the money, and the mayhem follows.
Okay, so like pause. I'm remembering the discourse around it. So the dude in the mic in the studio, that's ASAP Rocky, and he's a real
Okay.
yeah, he's a real rapper.
Yeah.
He's a Rihanna's husband. Yeah, so like basically what I'm trying to say is that people were like, oh, he plays Denzel's son, but like Denzel has a son. Why did they cast John David Washington? And I'm just like, bro, that would be so weird.
Because
Like,
they
I don't
like
know.
acting, I'm sure Denzel and his son might want to do something in the future, but it's called acting. Honestly, that would answer the question of those people that it's a legitimate question, but honestly, his son has made his own route in his own type of roles. He's not just a carbon copy of Denzel, and that would probably stunt his progress. Because then you would really just see him as Denzel's son again, like if he played his son. Honestly, that's my initial response. Is his son, and the nepotism type of comments a lot from Hollywood. You don't want to make people aware of that, especially if you're carving out your own niche of acting abilities. And I think one of my favorite ones that he did his son is The Creator.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
Definitely.
So that's my response, and I respect that. That would be easy. And I'm sure Denzel would do it if he wanted to. I don't think
he has an issue with it. I would say I kind of think of it as like O'Shea Jackson, that's Ice Cube's son, and he's definitely carving out a niche of his own. He does Den of Thieves 1 and 2. That's kind of his.
I want to see that.
Yeah, that's his like kind of series a little bit, and he's making his own way. And I don't necessarily think of Ice Cube when I see him. Obviously, like they look very like they are almost identical, but yeah, I don't think I would want to see both of them in a movie together for that same reason you mentioned.
Unless they both really wanted to do a project because the story,
True. Yeah.
Okay.
Hard times will come from success. The hard times will come from the money, and the mayhem follows. So can you handle the mayhem? Can you handle the money? Can you handle the success? Can you handle the failure? Can you handle the lovers? Can you handle the memes? Can you handle everything that there is in between?
I'm wondering if they're playing because there's a lot of like I think that's the Cuban flag. So I don't know if like maybe there's like some tension there, but yeah.
But potentially, yeah.
Oh, look, product placement for Beats.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Yeah, this is definitely an Apple movie.
Yeah. This is a 51-second teaser, and it's got a lot. And I'm sold on this already.
That's the question I have for you. Can you handle it?
Ooh, solid movie.
Highest to lowest.
Oh, money ain't
You've
good money.
driven through New York, right? Like, Brooklyn, and rode the subway and all that. Like, you've had
Yeah.
that experience. Yeah,
A
yeah,
while
that's
ago.
it's right. And even though I'm not, from there, I get that vibe of like, yeah, I'm on a little. They're giving me a guided tour through all the boroughs.
I'd say as a tease, 10 out of 10. I'd love to see these talented people get back together again, and you really get the vibes right away. Great teaser. This is how you do a teaser. 10 out of 10 for me. I do want to see this movie now for sure, and it makes me want to go back and watch the old joints. Should I say? Can you say that? He says the new joints, a Spike Lee joint, a new joint.
Yeah.
I want to go see the old joints.
Yeah.
Revisit them at least, because I saw Malcolm X back in the day, but I didn't like give it my full attention, and when I was younger, and I think I could dive deeper to respect it more now. Your thoughts, Rhea?
I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I'm trying not to be too generous when I feel like, I'm still kind of missing something. So I'll give it the benefit of the doubt that that 8 out of 10, it's still exemplary, in my mind. So it's got to anything more than that there's nowhere to go but up, for this movie. So I think it is going to give it is giving Apple TV Plus for sure, but maybe there will be folks who go see it in the theater, especially now that I really do feel black cinema in the theater, it's catching on. It's not just being delegated to streaming. And I think Ryan Coogler and what is dude for Jason Peele or Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Jordan Peele, yeah, they're they're really doing a lot of the groundwork to make that happen.
That's what I said to Movie Talk the other day, is I think something missing from a lot when these other movies underperform is especially the younger generations that grew up with social media and their phones. Personal branding is so much, and it's very important besides the branding of the actual movie and the story too. And when you get and honestly, Spike Lee's one of the OGs with the branding.
Yeah,
a new joint.
Yeah.
When he gets a production together, although he went through the tough years where I don't think Spike Lee was always very profitable, but he's prolific. And
he kind of fell out of relevance, but now that we have this resurgence in black cinema,
it's perfect
we're going back to the folks who set the set the bar, who opened the door.
Yeah, he brought the standards. He really did that branding from the start. When it's a Spike Lee joint. And I think the audiences really respond to that in these younger generations. And I hope this does well.
I am just, I keep bringing up these unrelated points, but I really I'm kind of disappointed that Wesley Snipes hasn't been put in more projects, because everyone's still talking about him as Blade from last year. So I don't know. I just feel
Wesley's got some legs left to do some really interesting projects besides just Blade. Yeah.
Put him in stuff to keep to let people know that
Wesley
this man's
resurgence.
talented. Yes. Yeah. But if he wants to be Blade for the rest of his life, more power to him. That's fine too. We can keep talking about Blade forever.
Well, thank you for watching, everyone.